What is up, Pulse Nation? Get ready, because we're kicking things off with a massive move from Smith Salley Wealth Management. They've just boosted their position in NXP Semiconductors, NV, adding nearly 2,000 shares. This isn't just a small tweak, it's a strategic expansion that's got everyone talking about NXPI. But the action doesn't stop there. We're seeing a dynamic shift from the state of Alaska Department of Revenue, as they've also adjusted their holdings in NXP Semiconductors. They've trimmed their stake, but their significant position still speaks volumes about the semiconductor giant's ongoing appeal. And the momentum continues. Generate Investment Management Ltd has jumped into the NXP Semiconductors arena, injecting a substantial $8.74 million into the company. This bold new investment signals a strong conviction in the future of NXPI. Finally, we're looking at Dakota Wealth Management, who has significantly rebalanced their holdings in NXP Semiconductors, selling a large portion but retaining a notable stake. These institutional plays are creating waves. Don't go anywhere, and make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell on. Smith Salley Wealth Management makes a bold move in the semiconductor space. In a significant development for NXP Semiconductors, NV, institutional investor Smith Salley Wealth Management has expanded its holdings, increasing its position by 2.4% in the second quarter. This strategic move saw them acquire an additional 1,976 shares, bringing their total ownership to 84,269 shares, valued at an impressive $18,412,000. This isn't an isolated event. Multiple institutional players have been actively adjusting their NXP Semiconductors portfolios. We've seen significant increases from Hemington Wealth Management, Brown Lyle Cummings Inc., Valley National Advisors Inc., and Goalvest Advisory LLC, alongside new positions taken by Rossby Financial LCC. Collectively, these moves highlight a strong, ongoing interest in NXP Semiconductors from the investment community, with institutional investors holding a commanding 90.54% of the company's stock. Analysts are watching NXPI closely, with a consensus rating of moderate buy and a price target averaging $256.05. The company recently reported strong quarterly earnings, surpassing expectations with an EPS of $2.72 against a consensus of $2.66, and revenue of $2.93 billion, also beating estimates. Plus, NXP Semiconductors declared a quarterly dividend of $1.014 per share, offering a solid 1.8% yield. But what does this mean for the broader market? Stay tuned as we break down the ripple effects of these major investment shifts. And next, we'll explore how the state of Alaska's Department of Revenue is playing its hand in the semiconductor game. Alaska's Department of Revenue adjusts its significant stake in NXP Semiconductors. The state of Alaska Department of Revenue has recently modified its investment in NXP Semiconductors, NV, reducing its position by 4.4% in the second quarter. While they sold 1,310 shares, their remaining 28,453 shares are still valued at a substantial $6,216,000, indicating a continued strategic interest. This adjustment comes amid a period of active portfolio management by various hedge funds and institutional investors. We've seen significant increases from Brighton Jones LLC, MassMutual Private Wealth and Trust FSB, Gamma Investing LLC, Parallel Advisors LLC, and Fifth Third Wealth Advisors LLC, demonstrating a diverse range of strategies within the NXP Semiconductors landscape. Despite the state of Alaska's reduction, institutional ownership remains high at 90.54%. NXP Semiconductors continues to garner attention from analysts, with a moderate buy consensus and an average price target of $256.05. The company's recent quarterly performance, including an EPS of $2.72 and revenue of $2.93 billion, has been solid, and a quarterly dividend of $1.014 per share further adds to its appeal. These institutional plays are creating a fascinating narrative. What's next on the agenda? Get ready for a massive new investment as Generate Investment Management Ltd makes a significant splash in NXPI. Generate Investment Management Ltd makes a massive $8.74 million bet on NXP Semiconductors. In a significant new development, Generate Investment Management Ltd has entered the NXP Semiconductors NV arena, acquiring a substantial new stake in the second quarter. This new position comprises 39,986 shares, valued at an impressive $8,737,000, signaling strong confidence in the semiconductor giant's future prospects. This substantial investment by Generate Investment Management Ltd adds another layer to the ongoing strategic adjustments by institutional players in NXP Semiconductors. While some investors like Hemington Wealth Management and Brown Lyle Cummings Inc. have increased their stakes, and others like Valley National Advisors Inc. have boosted theirs, Generate's entry with such a significant capital injection stands out. Institutional investors continue to dominate ownership, holding 90.54% of the company's stock. NXP Semiconductors maintains a moderate buy consensus among analysts, with an average price target of $256.05. The company's recent financial reports show an EPS of $2.72, surpassing expectations, and revenue figures that also met or exceeded analyst predictions. The consistent quarterly dividend of 1.014 per share further solidifies its attractiveness to investors. This influx of capital is a major story, but the market is always shifting. What's the latest move from Dakota Wealth Management? Find out next as we reveal how Dakota Wealth Management is adjusting its NXP Semiconductors position. Dakota Wealth Management rebalances its NXP Semiconductors holdings. Dakota Wealth Management has significantly adjusted its investment in NXP Semiconductors NV, divesting 81.6% of its position in the second quarter. While they sold 5,273 shares, their remaining 1,189 shares still represent a notable holding worth $260,000, indicating a strategic recalibration rather than a complete exit. This move by Dakota Wealth Management occurs amidst a flurry of activity from other institutional investors. We've seen Hemington Wealth Management and Valley National Advisors Inc. increase their stakes, while Rossby Financial LCC and Zions Bancorporation National Association UT initiated new positions. Cullen Frost Bankers Inc. also grew its holdings. Despite these shifts, institutional investors collectively maintain a dominant 90.54% ownership of NXP Semiconductors. NXP Semiconductors continues to be a focal point for market watchers, holding a moderate buy consensus with an average price target of $256.05. The company's recent earnings report exceeded expectations with an EPS of $2.72 and solid revenue figures. Furthermore, the consistent quarterly dividend of 1.014 per share, yielding 1.8%, remains an attractive feature for investors. These institutional maneuvers paint a clear picture of the market's dynamic nature. And that's a wrap on today's market updates. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for all the latest financial news. And that's a wrap. We saw Smith Salley Wealth Management boost their NXP Semiconductors stake, the State of Alaska Department of Revenue adjust theirs, Generate Investment Management Ltd make a massive new investment, and Dakota Wealth Management rebalance their holdings. If you got value from this, smash that like button, subscribe for more market insights, ring that notification bell so you never miss an update, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Follow us on all social platforms for real-time updates.